What's good, y'all? I'm about to react to the Scarlet Witch and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man talk returning. Loki's Avengers team full lineup. Hopefully Loki get a decent team lineup. Hopefully we see Thor. I just want to see Loki and Thor be back up together as brothers, as they did in like Thor: The Dark World and Ragnarok. And Avengers Infinity War, which had a bad outcome on them two. But I would love to see them back together with Loki with time in his hands, and we see Thor with all the lightning power he has. That would be pretty cool to see, though.
Gotten to the point in time in our journey on the way to Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars where actors and actresses are now being asked left and right if they are going to appear in Avengers Doomsday or just return back to Marvel. We have an interview with Andrew Garfield to go over today where he talks about who he'd like to team up with in the MCU. We also have news from Elizabeth Olsen herself stating that she would like to return as the Scarlet Witch to the MCU, and kind of some weird, interesting, kind of bitter news that comes with that as well. And also at the same time, we have a new report about Loki's team in Avengers Doomsday that consists of multiversal characters. One of them could even be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So a lot to break down today. Let's get into it. Let's first start off with what Andrew Garfield recently said in his interview with MTV. He has a new movie coming out, After the Hunt. And of course, Josh had to ask him about Secret Wars and Doomsday, which I love. Here we go.
Well, here's my theory. I'll probably see you in Secret Wars.
Probably see you in Secret Wars.
Okay.
And he just laughs.
See you in Secret Wars.
Okay.
And what I'm excited about, the body language experts are going to come.
No, they probably don't even got him in Secret War. That's probably why he's laughing. Shoot, dude. But I think Tobey Maguire's going to be in Secret Wars. Honestly, I think so. Because, shoot, hey, man. Tobey Maguire, he got to die, man. I keep on saying this and saying it, but Tobey Maguire, man, he got to get up out of here, dude. He can't be Spider-Man forever. He can't be the natural spider. He can't be the natural friendly hood neighborhood. I said friendly neighborhood spider. Natural friendly neighborhood Spider-Man forever, dude. Tobey Maguire, he got to go out. Hopefully they get him more like a more respectable pass away, like they did with Scarlet Witch and Charles Xavier. But nah, Tobey Maguire, he gotta get up out of here, man. He got to go. I think it's probably gonna be Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland probably be in Secret Wars. Just probably Tobey Maguire probably in another universe. Then combine it to Tom Holland's universe.
Andrew, careful.
See, what is this? Is this a tell or what is it? You'll find out. Whatever response I'm having. Is it exasperation? Is it? I don't know. You'll find
I
out.
would be excited to see you mix it up with some new, like you and Hugh Jackman would be amazing. You and
Yeah, I love Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We don't know, but like that you would be excited to mix it up with it now that you're in the MCU.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really love the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah.
You know, I love Lord and Miller. Just putting that out there. I love Wolverine. I love Hugh.
Wolverine,
I
Hugh.
really, you know, Tom Hardy's obviously a really formidable actor, and what he's done with
Tom
him is
Hardy.
super fun. And yeah, I don't know. I
You're open to it.
I would be surprised they bring back Topher Grace Venom, dude. I would love to see Topher Grace come back. I love his Venom in Spider-Man 3 because out of the whole Tobey Maguire franchise of Spider-Man movies, the third one would be my favorite one because I just love that Venom. That evil Venom. I like that Venom better than Tom Hardy's Venom, but that Venom Tom Hardy he got is like a more buff Venom. Like, shoot, he'll go toe-to-toe with the Hulk. I ain't gonna lie, I would like to see that Venom go against the Hulk, dude. That'd be pretty cool to see. But I think it would be cool to see Andrew Garfield and Hugh Jackman together. That'd be pretty cool. But I'd like to see like Tobey Maguire, dude. I'd rather see Tobey Maguire with Hugh Jackman. Just how they still remaining their longest longevity with Spider-Man. You think more about it. Because Tobey Maguire, he started back in 2002. Hugh Jackman, he started back in 2000 as Wolverine for the first Wolverine movie. So see them be back in Spider-Man, their costume and their character so long. From like 2021 was his last movie of Spider-Man No Way Home. I love that movie. I love that movie. I like that movie. Need to get the steelbook of that movie too. And Hugh Jackman come back as Wolverine 2024. Man, that was special to see him and Deadpool team up together. I like to see that. And even see the cameos, like the Wolverine cameos from the comics. That was pretty cool to see too, though. And I want to see that Hulk versus Wolverine fight, dude. I want to see that too, bro. I want to see all these Hulk fights just go crazy. Just see it all in Secret Wars, dude. They can even do that. But that would be pretty cool.
I'm up for a good time.
TV you're watching?
I'm up for a good time. He says that as there's now a lot of speculation, obviously, that he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday and or Secret Wars. Tom Hardy's Venom, though, that brings me back to No Way Home, where both Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Tobey Maguire's were saying that they fought aliens. Tom Holland fought Thanos, and then Tobey Maguire fought Venom. And then Andrew Garfield Spider-Man said, I want to fight an alien. Well, Tom Hardy's Venom would be perfect for that. And like I said, there's a new rumor going around that Andrew Garfield is indeed going to be in at least one of these movies, and he is going to be a part of Loki's team, and we'll talk about the rest of Loki's team in just a bit. But I feel bad for Andrew Garfield at this point in time. Obviously, before with No Way Home, he just couldn't come out and say, yeah, I'm in No Way Home. Obviously, he couldn't spoil the surprise, and he had to do everything he could to say, no, I'm not.
I see how he tried to do with his hands up reference, cause it one. I said, tried to do like a comparison. Yeah, he probably Andrew Garfield probably not spoiling them right now. He know he's gonna be in there. He know he's gonna be in there. Probably at least one of those, or probably in Spider-Man Brand New Day we'll see him. I think he probably gonna be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's probably gonna be cool to see, dude.
The werewolf, right? Like, I'm not in the movie. And now it's just like the same thing over again. That's why he just starts laughing right away. So I actually think it's going to be harder to tell this time if these characters are going to be in the movie. But here's the deal. With Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, these are just a culmination of like everything that has come before from Marvel. Everything. Not just the MCU, not just the last couple of years, few years, whatever. I'd imagine they want pretty much everyone they could possibly get in it, and Andrew Garfield says he is opened. He's open for anything. He's open for the opportunity to return. He's up for a good time. So that's great. And then Elizabeth Olsen, this article by People.com, it states Elizabeth Olsen is open to a Marvel return, acknowledges some feel exhausted by superhero movies. I'm not one of those people. I am exhausted by bad movies, but not superhero movies.
Honestly, she really is like the first powerful superhero who became a villain, honestly. She became a more powerful villain than Loki ever did. Loki was on the good side in Thor movie, but then turned around, backstabbed Thor and his whole squad, and then came out with Avengers, became a villain. And then they defeated Loki and his army. Then Loki went back to Asgard with Thor and Dark World, and Loki became a good guy again through all the way. But now he got all the time. Now Loki's more powerful because he got time. So see WandaVision, Scarlet Witch. I would love her to come back as a good girl again, since she was a villain in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. But we'll see if they do with her character. She probably gonna team up with Doctor Doom. Actually, probably Doctor Doom probably gonna raise her back up, and hopefully a good girl again. And that would be pretty cool to see Doctor Doom do, or however Doctor Doom gonna do his squad. It's kind of interesting seeing RDJ do a Doctor Doom. And see if they get like a whole backstory on Doctor Doom, of how powerful Doctor Doom can get too. I would love to see that. But it is what they do.
General. So when she was asked about returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they state that Elizabeth Olsen has unfinished business in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And she drops a line that I absolutely love. But at first she says, "It is something that I love. it's something I always want to return to. So right there stating she wants to return. I think the thing that's been so special about the last 5 years is I've gotten to do so much with the character that I never thought I would. There are still character through lines that have happened in the comics that I'd love to do that I think fans also want. Right away, I think House of M, and she actually did in a recent interview, she expressed that she would actually like to do House of M, which, yes. WandaVision was like a certain take of House of M, but not truly House of M. And maybe that the lines that she's talking about, no more mutants, maybe that's one of the lines. But this is, she added this, and I love this. I mean, these movies aren't for critics. These movies are for fans. 100% true, right? You're going to have the people say it's not cinema and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, superhero films are some of the highest grossing films of all time, right? So whatever, right? She went on to say it's really fruitful.
Shoot, probably definitely for Avengers Endgame. That was like the high grossing film, probably the whole Marvel franchise. Probably Deadpool. I'm trying to see how much Endgame made. I think Endgame hit about 3 billion. I think of probably Deadpool movie. The last Deadpool movie, I think that probably hit 5 billion, didn't it? I know shit, all his movies hit 1 billion. Ain't none of his movies hit like 800 million or nothing like that. All his hit like 1 billion. Then Spider-Man No Way Home movie, that hit 1 billion. And Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, that hit 1 billion. I think close to. Then Captain Marvel, that hit 1 billion. That was kind of crazy. But yeah. But I think probably Deadpool Wolverine's probably their highest grossing, or Endgame is. I don't know.
And the stories have gotten better for me. My character, I really enjoyed it. Some people have ongoing television series that they get to return to. Very few, I feel like, get to be a part of a franchise that I know we might culturally get a little bit exhausted by, but there is something about them that becomes very familial. And I think that's actually a good thing. That's why we love Marvel. That's why we love the connectivity of the universes, because there is like as she said, it becomes very familial. It does.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it opens it up for just really cool things to happen, like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man returning. Mm-hmm. Recently, actually, Kirsten Dunst, she's been in a lot of interviews, and many people have asked her if it's possible she does another Spider-Man movie. And she says she's definitely open to it. She wants Sam Raimi to come back. And if there's a good script and Toby is up for it, she'd come back. Toby has already said he's up for it. We've actually been hearing from Toby since No Way Home. He's ready to come back for more. He's open to do anything. And recently we heard from the Batman writer. He says he's trying to contact Sam Raimi about doing a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. They were supposed to do a Spider-Man 4. The villain was going to be Vulture. Fortunately, it never happened. That could happen again. But the main thing here is that Elizabeth Olsen wants to return as the Scarlet Witch. Marvel would be fools not to bring her back in Avengers Doomsday and or Secret Wars. And we've been hearing recently she is going to return. Now, we don't know in what capacity, but we know that she's going to return. We've heard rumors that Doom might resurrect her. If she actually died in Multiverse of Madness, Doom might resurrect her using Franklin Richards, which we have seen is actually possible.
Man, hopefully we see a powerful Doctor Doom that just go back into like infinite universe and just start resurrecting people back. That we really need to carry on the MCU, dude. That would be crazy to see, dude. We need to like see that Doctor Doom, dude. RDJ, dude, they pay you $200 million to play Doctor Doom, bro. They must gonna have you doing something right to the MCU to bring it back, dude.
Or she could come back and, again, to try and atone for her sins. That in Multiverse of Madness, she might side with Doom to try and save the multiverse, which I think... I like the idea, and I do think she's going to possibly be on Doom's side, maybe with Doctor Strange, and that's another reason that the Avengers and everybody else can't defeat them, because how do you defeat Doom, Strange, and the Scarlet Witch? You can't. You like the most powerful people right there. it would be insanely hard. And like Professor X has already lost to her in Multiverse of Madness, so I don't think you win.
I
But
ain't
here's
gonna lie, I think more about it. I think Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, and Scarlet Witch, they can all them three can run the MCU. They the most powerful one. Probably and Thor. If you probably add Thor to that mix and probably Loki, if you add all five of them, I don't think nobody can stop that team. If you just have Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, Thor, and Loki, whew, ain't nothing stopping that team, I don't think. Ain't nothing stopping that team. That team will be nasty.
something that's was very interesting. Elizabeth Olsen recently said she's been doing a lot of interviews recently for her upcoming projects. She said that she didn't find out that she was the villain of Multiverse of Madness until 3 weeks before the movie started to film. She had no idea. Can you believe that? That's actually kind of crazy. It actually feels like they kind of did her pretty dirty there. I know a lot of people didn't really like that.
Yeah. And they probably done rewrote her script on killing that whole Avengers squad and that whole universe. I bet that was probably another different script they meant to give her. I don't think it was that script they meant to like execute. I think it was probably another script, but they was rushing that movie. I think they was rushing that movie. Cause right after her show, they had like a whole like the trailer of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I'm like, dang, they already got Doctor Strange movie finished. Just right after her movie was about to be done. Just right after just right after her show was finished, they just showed a whole trailer of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like, dang, bro. Yeah, they really rushed Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie, but yeah, I think Marvel really rushed some projects for like some characters for their independent roles, dude. I think they did.
Story arc for her, and I personally would have rather her have stayed kind of like a true hero as well. But I definitely think there's a big role for her to play in in Avengers, Doomsday, and or Secret Wars. And speaking of big roles to play, there's a rumor going around about who Loki's team is going to be. Now, we've heard about a lot of teams already in the MCU. We've heard about, well, Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios himself, even said, okay, we have the Avengers, we have the Thunderbolts, we have the Wakandans, we have the X-Men. All of these teams are going to go up against Doom. But he left out Loki's team. We know Loki's going to have a team. Tom Hiddleston is confirmed to be in the movie. And for the most part, we feel like we've locked it down, who's going to be a part of his team. So right now, the obvious ones, Loki, Deadpool, Wolverine, Sylvie, Gambit, if he's not a part of the X-Men team. It depends on which universe the TVA like put him into, but it would make sense that they'd put him with Deadpool, especially if
They said Gambit's gonna have his own movie. I ain't gonna lie, Channing, he don't have the voice for Gambit, but his fighting skills, he does have it for Gambit. I give it to him. But I ain't gonna lie, Gambit movie wouldn't be bad though. It would probably be a cool movie. But I would like to see Channing Tatum back, dude. I would like to see that. But yeah, dang. Same. This the whole Loki team lineup. Yo, this would be a crazy lineup, though. Actually see Chris Evans and what's her name? I forgot her name. See that love duo team up together. Dang. That would be pretty crazy to see. Huh. That don't look bad.
didn't really have a universe. He was just born in the void. I know that was a joke, but that very well could happen. So we have Mobius, OB, B-15, and here are the other ones that are rumored to be a part of his team. I could not trace.
Dad, where Wesley Snipes' Blade at and Elektra? I would like to see Wesley Snipes' Blade and Elektra in this team up. Hopefully they be in that movie. I ain't gonna lie, I would like to see Chris Evans' Human Torch. I would love to see this twin Captain America and Human Torch team up. That would be crazy. That would be wild, dude. I would like to see that. X-23. I would like to see her team up in this. I'd like to see the whole Deadpool Wolverine cast team up with Loki. That would be cool. That would be nice.
The origin of this report to any insider. That's why I say it's a rumor. But this list makes sense. We have Captain Carter, which we know Haley Atwell's going to be in the movie. We know she's going to be in some scenes with Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. That might be just a regular Peggy Carter, not Captain Carter. But considering what they did in What If, it makes perfect sense to bring in Captain Carter, a variant.
Yeah. Captain Peggy Carter. I didn't see her show, but she called Peggy Carter. That Steve Rogers fell in love with. That's where Steve Rogers went back in time to be with after Avengers Infinity War to return those stones. But that's gonna be crazy if Loki tells them that the Infinity Stones don't matter no more, and they got to use Loki to go back in time to go to different universes. But I think Doctor Doom probably gonna get there and gonna keep Loki alive and keep Loki hostage of time, cause Loki got all the time in the world to go back to, and all those things, and that's gonna be crazy.
Who, she's the first Avenger, as they say in Multiverse of Madness. So Captain Carter. Here's a different one though. Captain America as Nomad is reportedly, or I'll say rumored, to be a part of this team, which I think would be really, really cool. Now, is this going to be the same Cap from the end of Endgame? Not sure. Is it going to be a variant? We're going to get two characters played by Chris Evans on screen who are technically the same character? Maybe. That would actually be really cool. I'm still crossing my fingers that he also plays the Human Torch again.
I ain't gonna lie, this would be funny if we see like the '05 cast of Fantastic Four trying to look for a Human Torch Chris Evans. They Chris Evans, he was by himself in Deadpool and Wolverine. I think he ended up in like a junkyard or some type of something. And what if we had that whole cast just be reunited just to trying to find that Chris Evans that they need to be, that whole Fantastic Four team again, dude. Just see them back in like Avengers Secret Wars, dude. That would be special to see.
So yeah, that would be cool. That would make sense. But the other two rumored is Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which I think makes a ton of sense. Especially if you consider he's already been in a multiversal movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. And again, now Kirsten Dunst has pretty much said she's open to returning. Now, they were talking about Spider-Man 4, but if she's open to return for Spider-Man 4, I'm sure she'd love to return for the MCU. Absolutely love to return. And I'd love to see Tobey's universe. I'd love to just get a glimpse into it and see MJ and their daughter, Mayday. I'd love to see that. But then the last one, as I mentioned, is Spider-Man Andrew Garfield's. Now, I think Tobey Maguire returning is a given. I think Tobey actually returns in Avengers Doomsday. Andrew is kind of a wild card right now. I think he comes in Secret Wars no matter what, because again, I think they just kind of combine everything that Marvel's done at the end here. But this team right here, I mean, think about these characters. Deadpool and Wolverine with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, with Chris Evans Captain America on there, with Channing Tatum's Gambit, and then Mobius, OB, you have Owen Wilson, I mean, Kioi Kwan. I mean, this is going to be insane. Sylvie and Loki. This team right here would be incredible. And we'll treat it as a rumor for now, obviously not confirmed, but I really want this to be the team. And I think it would be a dang good team as well. And it is a very multiversal team. So it really works. This is our Multiverse Avengers team, which we've been talking about a while. We believe is going to be in the film. So go ahead and let me know what you think about this team. Do you like?
Ooh, bro, that sounds like a badass team, boy. But yo, I would love to see Thor on that squad too, just by his brother by his side, dude. Oh man, that would be special. Going up against Doctor Doom, Scarlet Witch, dude. And the rest of like the X-Men, I think some of the X-Men are gonna be on his team too. Woo, boy, it's looking nice. I ain't gonna lie, these team ups looking nice, dude. But man, that would be nice, man. Can't wait. Look forward to this, dude. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars is gonna be something, dude. It's gonna be a dark movie, though. I can just tell by one of the Russo brothers sitting in the dark when he took that reveal photo. Yeah, dude, this gonna be a dark movie. He just sitting in the dark alone. Oh man, this gonna be a dark movie. This probably gonna be darker than Infinity War and Endgame. You know how dark those two movies were. But hope we get that same outcome, but just with heroes fighting heroes. That would be crazy, though. But it is what it is, man. Run them views up for your boy, and I catch y'all later. And appreciate this video, Cosmic Warner, and I'm out.